Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and will she run? Will she run again? Now, I've been one of those guys that really didn't think this was a reality. She's a loser. There's no chance that she'll win against Trump. But here's the other thing. There's not one establishment candidate that they have up there that can win against Trump either. So it does seem like we're not only dipping our toes in seeing whether Hillary Clinton will run, we're seeing the genesis of the beginning of her campaign alongside another establishment lefty, Michael Bloomberg, who's actually filed. We're going to get into all this in a moment. Then we're going to get into the candidates that are still left, who's there to be electable, who's there to kind of push their career, and who's there that they don't want to be there. For instance, Bernie Sanders, although it's great that he pushes these socialist and collectivist ideas on people, they don't really want Bernie Sanders in the presidency. When I say they, I talk about the overall establishment. Why not? Because he may challenge them on issues they're not comfortable with. You know who won't challenge them on such issues at any level? The cackling harpy behind me. So, headline, CNN, but you're seeing these kind of headlines all over the place. Hill Dog says many, many people pressuring her to consider a 2020 presidential run. Okay? And Hillary Clinton under enormous pressure to run in 2020. Again, she's not electable, but who is electable? Let's talk about it right now. Who hasn't qualified? I mean, this is a very small media publication, but this shows you who the media really wants to run and who they can't get to run. Beto had to drop out. There's no interest in Beto. You notice Julian Castro. There's zero interest in Julian Castro. They'd like to keep him in the mix, but he's just not qualifying. Notice they put Tulsi Gabbard under people like Booker, Klobuchar, Steyer, even Kamala Harris and Bootlicker. She's clearly above all of them, okay? And we're going to go down the line. Now, Biden, as establishment as it gets, unelectable. Unelectable. There's numerous videos out there of him openly touching small children in a creepy manner. A lot of America is aware of it. He can't seem to keep his hands off the kids. Happened a couple weeks ago, did a video about it. Bernie, again, he might be electable, but the establishment simply doesn't want him. Grandma Oatmeal. Let me explain something to you. When CNN is saying that Grandma Oatmeal here is the front runner, beware. There's no chance in hell that woman is not going to look like a complete gibbering idiot that should be serving up pie to grade school kids instead of debating Donald Trump. Whether you like Trump, you love Trump, you hate Trump, Grandma Oatmeal here, neither does Joey B, have a chance against him on a debate stage. I mean, how many times is Joe Biden going to say, I'll tell you why he's going out? And by the way, I'm watching some of that Ukrainian, they're calling it an impeachment hearing. It's not an impeachment hearing. It's an impeachment inquiry hearing. And in the opening of it, this guy, George Kent, literally praises Henry Kissinger and Zbigniew Brzezinski for their Cold War policies against Russia. It's more Russia, 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 and it's a lot of jackassery. I may have to do a full video, Ask Me Anything on that. I paused it right here, right before I went live, but I've been watching it since the beginning, and it's literally gut-churningly awful. They're not going to impeach the guy on that. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. This inquiry is just another dog and pony show trying to deflect real issues. Now, Sanders just announced that AOC, and she endorsed him, the squad endorsed him, right, that she'll have a very key role in the White House if he's elected. Now, I think that this is, again, more political posturing to push these type of figures. AOC is kind of Bernie 2.0 with a prettier face and a hipper agenda, right? They don't want Bernie, but they will use him to catapult their next level stars, their establishment stars, onto the public. Now, let's go back to Bloomberg here. He's filed. They're testing their own billionaire, their own eugenicist, up there. I don't think he's going to do well. What he will be able to do is get into the debates, take up time from other candidates, such as, for instance, Tulsi Gabbard, right? And even Andrew Yang to a point. Andrew Yang does have a large backing because people want that UBI. And I think even Tulsi endorsing an idea of the UBI, I think it's bad news brown. There's a lot of things wrong with both of those candidates. But they're out of the control of the power structure more than anybody. Here's the real deal. When you look at people like, excuse me, that's the wrong one. Where's the list? When you look at people like Amy Klobuchar, all right, even Yang, Kamala Harris especially, they can't sell you Kamala Harris. These polls are absolutely ridiculous that she's this high. Nobody wants that woman. They can see her for what she is, an establishment politician, social climbing liar. And, Pete Buttigieg, again, taking money from billionaires, very well spoken. No. He's not electable either. But some people, even Bernie, got put on the spot. And remember, he, although he had that whistleblower thing, that doesn't cover Julian Assange. Let me show you why a lot of these people are just completely out of touch. And by the way, Christy Duff, Taylor Hudak, Steve from Slow News Day, and Andrew, I believe they'll all be doing their Unity 4J Free Assange Action for Assange live cast tonight. So check that out. But let's watch this.
Support Julian Assange. Do you support Julian Assange? Do you support Julian Assange?
As president, will you pardon Julian Assange as he is dying in prison?
I think Julian Assange should stand trial.
Will you pardon Julian Assange if you're
Let
president?
me just stop that. There he is, right there, Andrew Yang. I think Julian Assange should stand trial. No, thank you, Mr. Yang. Here's Klobuchar.
No, Mark. You would not.
Oh, you won't. You won't pardon Julian Assange? Oh, who will? Tulsi Gabbard.
I'm not going to make any commitment as a candidate to issue a pardon to any individual.
Oh, let's clap for Pete Buttigieg, who also doesn't support Julian Assange.
Well, I certainly would not be in favor of I think he should stand trial.
Do you support Julian Assange?
It's a good question. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, no. That guy he's not even going to be allowed in the debates, and they like him. He eats up about 10 to 15 minutes a time. He gets claps, right? He pushes a far left agenda. They like him up there. So that's a no, 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 no. Is this Cory Booker? Establishment slime ball? Let's see what Cory Booker has to say about it.
I don't have time for that right now.
I don't have time for that right now. He's just taking selfies. He doesn't, listen, Cory Booker's here to take selfies. He doesn't feel like he needs to answer a real question about the freedom of press and the well-being of not only the mental health, but the physical health of an individual that has literally never published a false document and exposed the establishment like almost nobody else has. But he's taking selfies. Cory Booker can't be bothered. Here's Bernie.
I support Julian Assange.
Will you pardon him?
It's a long, I can't say it just yet. It's a longer
Please, sir, please.
I'm aware of the issue.
I'm aware of the issue. Here's the thing. Bernie still wouldn't say, this is, I think about a month ago, he would pardon him or commute him, and he wouldn't say it on camera. I'm sorry. If you're not willing to commit to that, the bar has been moved so far away from individual freedoms, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, the Fourth Estate, that it's abhorrent to me that he didn't on the spot say, yes, of course.
Please.
Why do you think it's important to defend?
So, again, here's a part with Tulsi Gabbard. There's more to it. You can go check out the whole thing. I don't want to play the whole thing, but Dak Ralau, he's doing some really great work with them. And that's how you do actual journalism. No one's really even hyping the fact that this person is confronting these individuals and talking about Assange. You know why? Assange is almost completely blacklisted from the mainstream media. All right, and I've been covering that this week. And they're gearing up. They're getting ready. They want to push somebody like a Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton, I think, is going to enter the race. I was not saying that months ago. I really think she's there because, again, Grandma Oatmeal ain't going to cut it. Joey B ain't going to cut it. Tulsi Gabbard is on the rise. They do not like that. But they've got plenty of money to push these people that are literally pushing an authoritarian agenda, a pro-war agenda, a pro-police state agenda, and not doing anything for you and I. And even those that seem to be, for the people, the Bernie Sanders, the AOCs of the world, think about Bernie not even being able to say that he would commute or pardon Assange. It's just how I feel. Guys, I'm a documentary filmmaker. Thumbs this video up, share it with others, join the Burmese Brigade if you're new to the channel. You can check out all of my films for free. That's $0, $0 right here in the documentaries playlist. Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture, all available free right here. Make sure to check them out. We're doing them 3 to 7 times on this channel. So again, if you're new, please subscribe. We need those subscribers. Let's get it to 40,000 before the end of the month. That's the goal. And then 50,000, then 100,000, then beyond that. Even with this new December thing that they're saying, hey, we can boot you off at any time. They can always boot you off at any time. No Patreon, no Subscribe Star, just the Burmese Brigade Media Month 5 GoFundMe. Consider it. I'm trying to sit here and tell you the truth, tell you things that other people won't. It's not about left or right. It's about right and wrong. You know it in your heart. You know that you're being lied to. I'm going to get back to watching this dog and pony show, probably doing a video on it later with you guys. I want to thank you, say I love you, and I'll see you on the flip side.